We start always by noticing our body, our breath, the energy in the body. When we're dealing with a loss or a shock of some kind, then there's always a lot of energy in the body. And there's also generally lots of activity in the mind. And being mindful, being an observer of what's going on can be quite difficult. It can be challenging when we're in this situation. Somebody else's loss tends to trigger our own feelings of loss. In times when we've had a shock or some kind of news like this, there might be that in your mind as well. And it might also be in your body. We can feel that. Stay connected with your breath. Stay connected in your body as much as you can. And let's work for a minute with the thoughts that might be coming through the mind. Often, when we're working with images in particular, we'll have our eyes closed. We kind of see them on a screen in the mind, and that's fine. And if things are really quite intense, then it's really good also to open the eyes, work with your eyes open. With our eyes open, we could put the image on a wall across from us, we could put it on a window. It helps us to remember that it's an image that we're seeing. And some of these images are so alive in our mind. They're so strong or so intense. They feel so real because we care so much about them. Whatever it is that we still have images of from a long time ago or not that long ago, the mind creates these images and they're persistent because there's a lot of emotion with them. So we notice that. And with images, we could tap on them. Put two fingers on the forehead just between the eyebrows. And especially with images and sound, it can be quite effective to just take your attention away from the images, put it just on the sound and the sensation of the tapping. And when that's mostly what we're noticing, then we can stop, bring our attention back to the image again. Keep your eyes open, look at it across the room. And for some of us, it's better to put it into a frame and really notice that we're looking at an image in a frame and there's space on the outside of the frame, especially if it's a compelling image. Then we could take our eyes around the frame, just the space, not the picture. Go clockwise a few times, go counterclockwise a few times. And then look back at the picture, settle back into your body. We can do this over and over and over again. And each time we come back into the body and the breath and the energy. And sometimes we'll have thoughts that we shouldn't feel the way we're feeling, or we'll have thoughts sometimes of blame or guilt, even. Our conscious mind knows that that's not actually the case. But we feel so helpless to have changed something like this. very understandably. There's lots going on in the mind about if I had done this or if I hadn't done that. And those thoughts really contribute to the distress that we feel. So we're not pushing anything away, and we are kind of taking that step back. We're looking at it with that perspective. This is my whole body. This is what's happening in my body, in my experience right now. Notice if you could take a few deeper breaths. Notice the thoughts in the mind. For me, it really works to surround everyone in the situation with light. So we might be coming back into some thoughts that are intense, and we can come back and work with them. This might be a kind of an in and an out and back in. Any image, any sensation, any energy, my whole body. Start with yourself. You might start with feeling that golden light at the heart center. Imagine that there's this warm, healing light at the heart center. And then let that radiate out into the whole of your body, head to toe. Let that light ease the pressure that you're feeling or the tightness in your shoulders. Let yourself relax like the sun is warm on your back. Let yourself rest for a moment in the light. And as we're resting, thoughts will come into our mind. Bring the thoughts into a visual image or a felt sense of the person or the people that are involved. And let them be permeated with light as well. Visualize them, their face, their whole body as it's being permeated with light. Sending that comfort, holding them in that sense of a bit of ease, whatever it is that they're struggling with, that they're experiencing. You could bring them into your heart center with whatever's there, the sadness or the grief. Bring them in. Imagine that they're in your heart center with you, allowing them to rest in this light, to be comforted, get a bit of ease. Hold them with you in the light. on something that's happened that we can't change. We might only be able to do this. This might be all that we can do. And it's a good thing to do, is to bring someone to mind with everything that's going on in our own body, our own experience. And we don't have to be perfect at all. Hold ourselves in the light and to let everyone else rest as well. Bring them right into the light at your heart center. As you're breathing in and breathing out, send them that peace. You might be working with one person or two. Take your time. Extend your heartfelt wish for some relief. Hold them close. And if you're working in a situation where someone has died, hold that person in the light as well. That they have this ease as they move into the next part of their journey. May I know peace and ease, even in the midst of the suffering. Extend that blessing, that wish to your friend, to other people in the situation that you know who are suffering. May they be at peace. If distressing images are coming to mind, keep working with them, tapping, tracing the empty space. And then as they lose their grab, as they become less intense, come right back into your heart center, feeling the softness, the light. And there might also be a heaviness and sadness, all kinds of other things can be here too. If there's space for all of that, breathing in and out through the light at your heart center. Allow yourself that comfort. And holding others in that comfort as well. And giving yourself the space to move in and out of it as you will or want to right now or do. Move away from it if you want, that's fine too. Keep noticing your breath. Notice the feeling, the light at your heart center. If you don't feel a light at your heart center right now, that's okay too. You could visualize it. You could remember a time when you weren't feeling distressed, when you felt that lightness of being. Relax your jaw, your neck and shoulders. Let your body be a little softer than it is right now. And in particular, when we're dealing with a sudden shock and sudden traumatic news, really important to give ourselves all kinds of space to allow ourselves to have whatever experience we're having. There's no perfect way to work through something like this. And there's such a feeling of finality or powerlessness to it. Something's happened and we can't change it. And so that's part of what's here for all of us when something like this happens. And let that be held in that light. Let that be held softly and kindly in your heart center. We're going to finish the practice in a moment. And before we do, remember as we move through difficult days, especially, that we can always come back, even just for a moment, to the heart center, to feeling what we're feeling, letting that be as it is, to comforting ourselves, however that might come forward. Maybe it's walking outside or seeing a friend or just being with our breath and our heart center. And hold yourself with kindness and compassion. And then when you're ready, open your eyes.